All right, so we've got Tanner in here. I was able to locate his name on the, I sent out a list of the different people in your project. Here in this case, this is Tanner Kennedy. We can control C that, and we're going to go back into WeVideo here, and you're going to go above Tanner or whoever you're labeling, and you're going to make sure you have a text one box. If you don't have a text one box, you can add a video track. You'll have that above. Again, with our titles and with our layering, the titles are going to be on the top layer here. So I'm going to double click here, and I'm going to click text. And there is a really simple one, but it really looks pretty good here for our school district. It kind of gives us a nice look to stay consistent. I like using this one here. And it's pretty simple. You're just going to go in here and you'll double click what you need to add. I've copy and pasted. Let's see if maybe we can. And I have no idea why one's larger than the other. I guess I might have to type project engineer. And that looks a little big, a little bit boring. That's fine. Here, text. Click done. And we might want to move that around a little bit. Maybe bring it down a hair. And we can crop it out a little bit. A little smaller. Now, blue doesn't necessarily meet the criteria here. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to change this to more of a moon color to kind of tie us in here. And we're going to do that here with text box color. And there's a one up at the top here. It looks kind of like a maroony. Kind of puts it in a little more of a moon school district light. Then what I want to do, if we go back here to text, I like to have it kind of aligned to the right. Now, what I'm going to show you here is a little trick that makes it look a little more professional. That's okay. That's great. It tells us who it is, spells it right, and does what it needs to. But I'm going to put a moon logo in here. Watch how I do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab myself a moon logo. Usually it's like one of the first ones that pops up. You go into images. You can right click, save image as, and just save in your downloads or wherever. Here, I'll put it in downloads. Back to WeVideo, back to my media, and upload it in there. Browse to select. Wherever you saved it. Here's my download. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this moon area logo and I'm going to add a track above my text. So I want it to sit on top of this in this little box here. And you're going to go here to my media. I'm going to add a track. It looks like I already added a track there. So delete track. You're going to drag it down above. Now that doesn't look great, but what you can do is you can actually shrink this down and kind of put it in here like that. So that ties us as a school into what the project that we're working on here. And I don't know, I kind of like it being a little bit bigger. Something like that. I don't like the too bigger. Let's go down a little smaller. So there. Now you can take these and you can stretch them out a little bit if you need to. The names are a little bit longer, but the idea here is I want them to look kind of consistently, because if we pull a little bit of video out of somebody's project, I want all the titles to match up. So that's the title I'd like you to kind of strive to put in here today. Get that. Now, let me show you one other thing with titles. What you'll need to do for each of your clips, you'll need to drag them so that they are the length of your the clip. Now, if you want to, and you'll probably want to do this, it saves you a lot of time. If you group these two things together, you can grab your title. If you hold the control key down and do a control and click both of them and do a control G, that will group them together. So then you can move them on down the line to any of your further ones. You can also copy them. So if you do the same thing here, select with control on both of them, control G, control C, set your cursor a little further on down the line. Should be able to Oops. You should be able to paste those. I didn't group it. And then you can just simply adjust the person's name. Let me see. Oops, that's because I got it here. So watch this. Instead of Tanner, we could come in here, double click, and change it to Mr. Finn. Whatever. All right. So then you can change it for each one. So you don't have to do that for all of them. Just make one and label the people who are talking.